Alright, welcome everyone. This is Rebecca with a Downtown Albany bid. We're here live at Wellington's inside the Renaissance Albany. We're here with Melanie, Dustin, and Nate will be joining us shortly. They are going to shake up your holidays with some mocktails and cocktails. So, Dustin, you can take over.
Yeah. Alright, so today we're going to feature two of our winter cocktails that we just released on our winter cocktail list. First one I have prepared here for us is our hot buttered rum. It's made with local product, Quackenbush Amber Rum, made by Albany Distilling Company. And we combine that with some Hudson Valley apple cider, a little compound butter that's got like cinnamon, cloves, and allspice in it. And then we whip it all together for a nice, hot, classic winter beverage here, the hot buttered rum. And then the other cocktail we're going to feature for you today is going to be the Smoked Nebraska Manhattan that my dear friend and bartender over here, Nate, is going to whip up for us.
So a lot of Manhattans are great and well known for, so out of the 5 boroughs of New York City, 4 of the boroughs had cocktails named after them. All the ones that really just reached drink immortality was the Manhattan, honestly, because it was the only one that tastes the best. But there's a Queens, there's a Bronx, there's a Brooklyn, and as well as the Manhattan. But the cool thing about the Manhattan, an easy way to remember it, is because the area code for Manhattan is 212. However, this Moscato Manhattan that we're doing is 213. Or if we do 312, we'll represent Chicago a little bit as well. The great thing about this Manhattan now is traditional Manhattans are made with rye whiskey, so it's going to be a little bit bitter, a little bit more boozier. We're going to make it a lot softer with using a little bit of bourbon that we use from a local distillery called Black Button Bourbon, pardon me. And it's a phenomenal product. Brings a little sweetness to it as well. And the kicker on this is these Luxardo maraschino cherries. The presence that they bring is such a sweet, such a velvety, nice presence to the cocktail. It turns out phenomenal. One of my favorite cocktails on the new winning. Sure,
Yeah. No, so that's here. And then, so the ingredients in this is the Luxardo cherries and the Carpano Antica sweet vermouth as well. So there's a lot of different Italian sweet vermouths that are available out there. The Antica, to the Doloroso, to the Cocchi, Torino, or your classic Martini and Rossi as well. In our drink, we use the Carpano Antica, and we think that it's just got a much more well-balanced earthy and sweetness to it than your regular Martini and Rossi sweet vermouths. And it's also always great to have, vermouth, a sweet vermouth, in your home bar setup. A couple home bar staple ingredients I would always think is vermouth, grenadine, and maybe some type of a sparkling or seltzer water as well.
What I find out with a lot of Manhattans, when you go to bars, you see the sweet vermouths, the dusty bottle on top of a shelf, and you got to blow it off, and it ruins the integrity of the cocktail immediately. Well, it's a fortified wine, and what really happens to it is they oxidize, just like most wines will. So we take great care of ours. We're going to pump it every night, make sure it doesn't oxidate. And this sweet vermouth by itself, it's a very floral product. It just enhances the Manhattan too. It's not your typical sweet vermouth, and it's not your grandfather's sweet vermouth. So I like this one a lot. I prefer to use it.
So is this for you guys are these among your most popular drinks that you serve here in Wellington?
Absolutely.
I'd say so.
The smoked Nebraska Manhattan has been selling pretty well as soon as we started it. And it's got that smoked ice cube in there that kind of adds a much more complex and deep flavor, especially as the drink matures or as it melts over the course of drinking. Pick the black dirt. We'll start whipping that up here, and then after this, we're going to kind of do a couple of different mocktails as well. Yeah, of course. So for the mocktails, we're going to be doing riff on sparkling grape juice mimosa. A lot of times, especially with the sparkling beverages, kids like to have, something that looks like what their parents or what the other adults are drinking at the holiday parties and events. So using the sparkling grape juice kind of gives the same effect as like a champagne or a Moscato, but obviously without the alcohol. And then the other one we have is going to be...
I'm going to make it easy living. It's an awesome cocktail. It's a little bit of sunshine in a glass. It's a lot of fresh fruit juices too, and it's a real approachable cocktail. The number one thing that I like to do with mocktails is actually throw booze in them, but those of us who don't like or prefer the non-alcoholic beverages, this is a bright, light, refreshing cocktail that I love making for everyone, and no matter what season it is.
Well, and especially now in winter in New York, right? With a little
You
sunshine.
use a little bit of sunshine, absolutely.
Yeah.
So one thing that we didn't mention about is these Scotch rocks that we use. A lot of Scotch rocks are great because the surface area in the cocktails will dilute at a much slower rate, bring the quality of the drink, you taste the spirit instead of the watered down aftermath of it. So the cool thing about these ice cubes that we're using, we use a smoking gun, and we actually will infuse the water with the smoke. So as the ice cube will dilute, you'll get some of that smoky flavor profile inside that cocktail as well.
While we have a little break, I just want to say thank you again to everyone who's joining us. We are live in Wellington inside the Renaissance Albany. They are located at 144 State Street in downtown. These are cocktails and mocktails that you can enjoy in-house here at Wellington. It's an amazing facility, or we will be posting the recipes so you can enjoy them at your holiday party as well. We are here with Melanie, Nate, who is currently mixing our drink for us, and Dustin from Wellington's.
If anyone likes, please enjoy.
No one at home can try it, so I should just taste it. I tasted it enough. It is sunshine in a glass. It's sunshine, right?
That one's more smoky.
That one's gonna be a little smoky.
It's smoky. It's smoky in a glass. I was wrong.
Wait for a couple more minutes and then I'll be a little bit smokier.
It's very good. Very good.
That one you should definitely taste. It's hot butter drum.
Maybe after.
Maybe.
The next cocktail that we're going to do is just a little bit of sunshine in the glass that we're talking about. I like to refer to this one as an easy label. We're going to use a little bit of fresh pineapple juice. Just a little bit of OJ for the acidity, for the citrus. And we're going to balance such sweet flavor profiles out. A little bit of cranberry juice. Throw a little bit of Nate's secret ingredient in there.
And then, as Nate was saying, all mocktails are better with alcohol. So some of the recipes that we were going to give for you guys were things that you could make with and without alcohol that would be equally good. Things like spiked cider or maybe an eggnog, hot chocolate. All those things are really seasonal for the wintertime as warm or cold drinks, but could also have things such as like if you added a little mint liqueur to a hot chocolate, it would be, you know, a delicious alcoholic, minty, richer.
A little bit of snowfall in your glass. A little bit of snowfall.
As well as the spiked cider, you could do something like add a little bourbon to it, you know, heat it up on the stove and ball it with some seasoning, some cinnamon, nutmeg, or anise, and it can come out delicious with or without alcohol. As Nate finishes up his other drink over here, a couple other. Sorry.
So after the final product, the last touch that we always do is that with a lot of our cocktails, it's all about smell, as well as appearance, as well as taste. Of course, we all know when you taste first with your eyes, second with your nose, and finally with your palate. So all I'm doing with this orange wine is just expressing the oil over top of the glass. You can actually see the impressions right on that foam. And we're just going to rinse the glass. That way the citrus is right at the forefront of the cocktail too, because it's all just going to enhance the flavor profiles that we have already with the ingredients in the cocktail as well. Easy living, folks. That one's safe for everyone too.
Sunshine in a glass.
Yeah. This one's actually sunshine in a glass. Yeah.
On a snowy day, it'll definitely perk you up.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. It tastes just like a pina colada, like fruity, but it's safe to drink at work.
Always good for lunch as well.
Yeah, right?
Well, we do a lot of whiskey cocktails here too, and one of my favorite ones to do is a bourbon renewal. It's a little bit more common for whiskey for cocktails because whiskey cocktails have the stigma of being dark flavor profiles. One that I really like to make is a bourbon renewal, which is light, bright, and refreshing. It's a phenomenal cocktail too. Use a little bit of super cassis to it. Phenomenal beverage and alternative to a lot of winter cocktails as well.
And then again, if you want to do something with the sparkling grape juice, you know, just adding a little fresh fruit juice, no matter what the juice is, whether it was like mango or pineapple or just the orange juice as well, muddle up or crush up some fresh berries in there, add the sparkling grape juice, and it just gives it like a really nice cocktail-like effect, you know, that especially kids or anybody who's not drinking will probably enjoy. Couple other winter classic, like big batch drinks, you know, if you got to make a punch bowl or something like that for a group or party. Mulled wine. Mulled wine's a wonderful winter punch bowl beverage that we give out. Typically, you'd want to use a wine that can hold up to the heat, you know, something like a Merlot, Zinfandel, maybe like a Cabernet. Nothing too expensive, you know, as long as it had that tanniny and sweetness and high alcohol, you'll be able to boil it up with some other spices like cinnamon, star anise, nutmeg, whatever you like, and it'll come out great. Also, the spiked cider, you know, if you wanted to do like a bourbon or rum, those are probably two of the best spirits you mix in there with that. You can heat that up, and again, if you add the alcohol at the end, you can kind of serve it as a virgin cocktail, mocktail, or as the spiked cider itself as well.
One point that I'd just like to touch on is that with a lot of our cocktails, we're always going to try to give you an authentic New York experience, and sometimes however, we try to do an authentic Albany experience most of the times when we can. So a lot of the products, a lot of spirits that you might see that we're using, as well as the beers that we keep on draft, are all going to be local products too. So anyone staying at the Renaissance Hotel can also get that authentic Albany or New York experience. We're proud to carry a lot of Albany Distilleries products, as well as our ciders from Nine Pin. We get a lot of our cider out the Hudson Valley at the what's the orchard?
Indian Ladder.
Indian Ladder. Orchard. So we try to give everyone just a really authentic experience when you come into the Renaissance Hotel.
Absolutely. A couple other tips, you know, for those hot winter cocktails, especially with things like eggnog or cider or mulled wine. As you're heating them, you know, if you have the alcohol in there already, if it starts to get to a rolling boil or even simmering, you're cooking out that alcohol. So, you know, you definitely want to keep it below like a simmering level once you add that alcohol in there. For things like eggnog, you know, if you were going to make the eggnog from scratch, you could always buy it from the store and then add in the alcohol later. Generally speaking, you want to do like a 5-to-1 or like or start with a 5-to-1 ratio of alcohol to non-alcoholic beverages, and that's for like anything from the cider to an eggnog. Other than that, I mean,
Coming from a bartender, I've never heard anyone complain about too much alcohol.
absolutely. And then just some other like simple specialty drinks. You know, like if you didn't have time to make a mulled wine or a spiked cider or something like that, if you just went out and buy, you know, some ginger beer, you can do like a few different riffs on Moscow mules, Kentucky mules. Instead of simple syrup, you could throw maple syrup in there, get a nice seasonal vibe to it. And if you wanted to do something like that spiked hot chocolate, you know, you don't have to like get the milk. You could always use the Swiss Miss packets or whatever you have at home. And not only add like creme de menthe for like a mint hot chocolate. Something else that we tried recently was red wine hot chocolate. If you mix a little, you know, like you do like just a regular amount of wine that you would use for water, heat it up, use like a Malbec or something like that. It tastes delicious. Very different, something I hadn't seen before this season. So.
Perfect. And it's actually National Cocoa Day.
Nice.
So today is the perfect day to try all of those things.
Exactly.
So one thing that I'd like to say is that if you had your normal experience and you're kind of tired of the old run-of-the-mill everyday restaurant experience, your Applebee's, your fries, you're tired of this regular stigma of normal restaurants, come in and try and test this out. Try some of these excellent cocktails on the winter cocktail menu. Otherwise, try some of these bartenders. Great, excellent with craft cocktails as well. We're very knowledgeable. They hold us to account to make sure that we're experts in all the cocktails and everything that we carry here. So if you're looking for something out of the status quo, definitely come check us out at the Wellingtons.
Good times. So thank you, Nate and Dustin, for making some of those cocktails. Melanie, I just want to talk to you a little bit about what are some of the events that you have coming up. Is there anything special about Wellington's other than what Nate and Dustin have already said that we can share?
Yeah, absolutely. So every Sunday through Wednesday, we do what's called a beverage ritual. We bring in either local distilleries, local wineries, breweries, or we come up with an indigenous cocktail of our own, and we hand them out to anybody who's here. We do it between the hours of 6 and 7 or until the drink runs out. It's always going to be a drink that's actually not on our menu. So it'll be something only for that hour or only until it actually runs out. So it's really exciting. So 4 days a week we do that. We also do live entertainment every Friday. We do it between 6 and 9 p.m., which is a lot of fun, different bands and stuff. But what is really cool that we're going to be doing is our New Year's Eve event that we're going to be having going on. So it's going to be on December 31st from 4 p.m. until midnight. Chef Dave Gibson's actually putting together a nice shareable menu that we're going to be pairing wine with. Dustin's going to be helping with that. It's going to be a bunch of different shareable plates. We're also talking about possibly doing maybe 2 different dinner specials, maybe a porterhouse and a full branzino. We're going to have live entertainment, 2 different people. We've got Chris Dollard, who's going to be playing from 5 to 8 p.m. And then I've got a duo out of Connecticut who's going to be coming in from 9 to midnight, named David Uhl. He's going to be playing for the last bit. He'll probably help us MC through the evening as we get down to the last couple seconds until 2017. We're going to be doing a complimentary champagne toast at midnight as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're also going to be doing 2 beverage rituals that night as well. One's going to be around 5 p.m. and then the other's going to be at 8 p.m. So it'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great way to kick off the new year, and we're super excited. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to contact the restaurant. You can check us out on wellingtonsalb.com as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So definitely a great place to come and check out some local cocktails, try something new that maybe has never been made before anywhere, which is awesome. You can also check out Wellington's on all of your favorite social channels, so please check them out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Friendster, MySpace, if they still exist. And thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Have a great day.